What's up, guys? I am here chilling in my car, and I'm about to tell you the tier list for delivery apps currently available in large cities. I live in Portland, Oregon, and I have experience with most delivery apps. So I'm going to give you my personal opinion on the tier list of best to worst, S tier to shit tier on delivery apps. We'll see if you guys agree with me or what. I'll just tell you my opinion. I've been doing it for about a year and a half, but I feel I have a pretty good experience with most apps. I'm currently 25 years old. I have been self-employed for about 2 years now, or it'll be 2 years in a few months. I started off by jumping right into Uber and Lyft, and slowly worked my way away from doing that because I wasn't a big fan. I started by signing up for Postmates because it was kind of the biggest delivery service that I've heard of in the past. I honestly have never used any delivery apps previous to me working for them, but I started with Postmates and Uber Eats actually, because if you work for Uber, you know this. You probably get Uber Eats orders on the side, and there's a lot to Uber Eats. Uber Eats is going to be on the tier list as well, but I started with Uber Eats and Postmates. Those were the two that I initially started with, and shortly after working those for a little while, I found out that there was numerous of other companies that were doing app-based delivery services and app-based gig work, for us self-employed type of people. So I signed up for DoorDash was the next one that I signed up for, and then after DoorDash was Amazon Flex, and Amazon Flex was definitely a good discovery. They don't always hire, and they have different periods of hiring, and when I finally got into Amazon Flex, it was pretty awesome. I'm kind of making this video because I feel that this is information that people should know who are interested in doing this kind of work, and there's a lot of different companies out there, and it's hard to pick which ones are the best just by looking at all of them online. You have to actually get out there and experience all of them to see exactly what the pros and cons are of each, and but I'm just gonna kind of explain my tier list of these delivery apps from my experiences and what I look for in this type of work. I look for something that is flexible to me. Hey guys, I'm back. I just had to complete an order real quick. So along with the criteria of flexibility, I have set a personal standard of a certain pay that each order has to be for me to accept it, and this is all just to reach my goal of my average per hour pay. So let's get on to this tier list. The list of the best to worst app-based delivery services to work for. S tier is the top tier. The best tier, the apps that I've determined that are the best paying and the most flexible. I'm going to start off with Amazon Flex. Amazon Flex is on the top of the list, on the top of the S. It's the best paying per hour, most flexible app you can currently work for, I feel. Amazon Flex is just fantastic. I've been doing it for about a year and a half, and by far pays the most per order that I've experienced. Often you get orders ranging from $10 to $20 per order, and it's just a great paying delivery app. But the demand is not as high as the other apps, so there's that as well. And the tipping is also different on Amazon Flex. The tipping system is a little different. So your final payout is the base plus the tip, and the tip is $1 to $5. So the customer can choose to tip you $1 to $5, whatever they deem appropriate. And yeah, Amazon Flex is on the top of my list. Right below Amazon Flex, I would go with Caviar. Caviar is the next highest paying per order and flexible app that have experience with. I get orders ranging from $12 to around $6 to $8, and I just shoot for those $8 orders. Sometimes I'll go down to $6, if I really need it, or if it's really slow or something. But so I'm gonna start with these two as my S tier. The Amazon Flex and Caviar are on my S tier. Alright, now that we've gotten through the best apps, I'm gonna go to the next best apps. The A tier apps. These are the apps that are not as good as the S tier, but they're still pretty good. So for these, I'm gonna go with DoorDash and Grubhub. I personally have never worked for Grubhub. I don't know exactly. I don't have personal experience with it, but I've heard that the pay is somewhat comparable to DoorDash. So I'm gonna put DoorDash and Grubhub kind of together. DoorDash and Grubhub are a little less flexible in the fact that you can sign up for shifts and work for certain hours. You guys can correct me on this. I'm not sure. I have only worked DoorDash a little bit, and I haven't worked Grubhub at all. So I'm just gonna put that out there. So I don't know much about these apps, but I've worked DoorDash, and the pay is pretty good. You can average that $8 to $12 an order pretty easily and steadily. And Grubhub, I'm not sure about Grubhub, but I've heard from other couriers that the pay is pretty similar to DoorDash. But with these two apps, the flexibility is where it comes into where it makes it a little worse than the S tier. Is the flexibility of these apps is a little bit less because you don't have to sign up for shifts, but you can sign up for shifts, and I think they push that on you to sign up for shifts. So I don't personally go for that, but the next stop on the tier list is the B tier. So I'm just gonna stick one app in this category, the B tier. I'm gonna put Postmates in the B tier. Some of you are probably going to disagree with me. You're going to tell me that Postmates is one of the worst apps paying. It's very flexible, and the demand is there. There's always orders, and the pay per order is getting worse and getting worse. With the recent change, they've dropped the minimum pay, which really sucks. But I'm going to put this out there. They run weekly guarantees that I can easily achieve, to where I can reach that goal of getting $8 per order. Postmates, you mainly work the busy hours, 5 to 9 p.m., and you work those guarantees, and you could get that minimum $8 per order. But you'll find out that if you work Postmates in any other time than those guaranteed hours where you can reach that guarantee, the pay is going to be pretty fucking shit. Like $3.50 per order. With the recent change, it's really bad. But Postmates is always there, so I'm going to leave it here in this this tier because it's getting worse and worse, but they still have those guarantees where you can reach my personal minimum pay per order. So I was gonna have a C tier, but I decided to just jump to the F tier, which is the worst tier. This is the shittiest of the shit, the bottom of the bottom, the worst apps to run, the worst pay, the worst flexibility, just the all around shit apps to work for. But yeah, so I only have one app for this tier, and that would be Uber Eats. Uber Eats is by far the shittiest shit that I have ever done. The major thing that sucks with Uber Eats is you don't know where you're going when you pick up the order. It's the same as Uber and Lyft. You have no idea where you're going as you accept an order. With all these other apps that I've been talking about, you can clearly see where the pickup and where the drop-off location is, and Uber Eats, you cannot. You cannot see where you're going, so it just screws up all plans of any kind of setting up a route or any kind of area you want to work in. Just messes everything up, and the pay is definitely the worst as well. The per pay, like on per pay order, you can expect around $3.50 for the shortest, for the minimum pay, and you won't be getting much higher than $10, honestly, unless it's a really far order that's over 10 miles or something crazy. But yeah, Uber Eats is by far the worst in my opinion. Hey, let me know if I missed anything, guys. If I missed any apps off the list, or if I didn't include any vital information that I should have. This is my first YouTube video, so I'm definitely learning, and hopefully I'll get a little better and have less cuts throughout the video. Awesome, guys. Enjoy and have a great day.